Hello, my name is Emily Henderson, and this class is a beginner's yoga class. We're going to move really slowly and break down all the different poses, as well as show you different modifications for if there is certain things going on in the body. The main focus of this practice is for the lower back. So if you have lower back pain, which I think most of us do at this point, you're in the right place. So we'll start today in child's pose. If you have knee sensitivity, you can bring a blanket onto the floor. And child's pose is a really foundational pose of yoga. And so we'll break it down really slowly so that you can find comfort here. And so in child's pose, we bring the knees wide and then the toes will gently touch. For me, the wider the knees, the more release I feel in my lower back. And then we'll extend the arms forward. If you find that the forehead is kind of hanging in space, you can take a block or a book or a pillow, whatever you have around, and then bring the forehead onto the block. We want that space in between the eyebrows to feel really relaxed, but also to have contact with the floor or a block. So as you rest here, slowly breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Last time in through the nose and also out through the nose. In yoga, we practice breathing in and out of the nose. So try this out a few times, just at your own pace. Noticing how it feels. If you're stuffed up or anything like that, of course you can breathe in and out of the mouth, but breathing in and out of the nose is actually a little more calming for the nervous system. And something I was taught at the beginning of my yoga practice was a good trick to finding a steady and balanced breath is actually breathing to counts. So you can breathe in for 3 counts and breathe out for 3 counts. And maybe today it's breathe in for 1, breathe out for 1. Maybe over time it becomes 4 or 5 counts. Taking one more breath here, inhaling and exhaling. Bringing the hands up. Letting the hips fall over to either side. We'll come to a comfortable seated position. And you'll probably notice a lot of sensation coming back into the hips, and that's what's really nice about child's pose. It's a little bit of compression, so then a lot of circulation rushes into the hips. And to continue with that, we'll come into some gentle hip stretches. Lots of different options for this pose. Sometimes in this pose, people like to have the feet really close in. For me, I like to actually have it a little more open, more of a diamond shape. And if you have any sensitivity in the knees, or if you find that you're here and you wish you could relax a little bit deeper, this is what's nice about the blocks, is that you can bring the blocks underneath the knees. Again, you can roll up blankets or pillows and place them under the knees as well. Or maybe this pose feels really comfortable just as is. And as we inhale, we'll slowly lengthen through the spine. And as we exhale, we'll begin to lean forward. It does not have to be a very drastic forward fold here. It's just to the point where we're feeling the stretch. A good gauge of if the stretch is too deep is if you can no longer breathe. So if you find a stretch and the breath begins to shorten, come out of it a little bit and then connect back to the deep breath and ease into a more manageable stretch. If you feel pretty comfortable and you would like to lean forward, you can assist the knees down with the elbows, releasing the elbows onto the knees and leading the heart towards the feet. And I really want to emphasize that in this practice, it doesn't matter what the poses look like. It's about stretching and taking the time to take care of ourselves. And slowly bring yourself back to center. We'll extend the right leg out to the side and bending the left leg in. And if you want to, you can stay on your blanket, or if you feel like the hips are slightly tucked under, what you can do is curl the blanket over. Anytime you sit on the ground, it's kind of nice to sit up on a blanket. When we raise the hips up, we kind of sit right on the edge of it, and you'll notice the hips start to fall forward, finding a little more room in the hips. Inhale, raising the arms up, and as you exhale, the left arm falls either onto the leg or inside of the leg. The right arm starts on the lower back, and inhale, you open the heart, and exhale, release towards the leg. I switched up the arms there, sorry. The right arm is on the leg, the left arm is on the lower back. So inhale, opening the heart, and exhale, releasing towards the leg. And another thing here, if this is a really intense stretch in the back of the leg, you can always place a block or a blanket underneath the leg, bending into the hamstring. If the shoulder feels comfortable here, maybe bringing the fingertips to the side of the head. If you do this, really reaching that elbow towards the ceiling, and then exhale, releasing towards the leg. You'll feel a really deep stretch in the left side of your body. And if that's too deep again, just come back to the lower back, focusing on the breath to gauge where you're at in the stretch. Final option here is to extend the left fingers towards the right toes. Maybe you're finding a little bit more room since we've been here a little bit longer, or if it still feels uncomfortable, come back to the head or even the lower back. Wherever you are, take one last inhale, and exhale, slowly walk the fingertips back to center, moving really gently. The head and neck are the last pieces to arrive. Really simple, but really deep stretch there. So we'll bend the right leg and then extend the left leg out to the side. Inhale, raising both arms up, and now the left arm falls onto the leg and the right arm comes to the lower back. And even if you got comfortable with the arm overhead, we're going to start on the lower back and ease our way into the stretch, because you'll find that in yoga, when you hold the pose longer, there's more time for the stretch to deepen. So on your inhale, again, spiraling that heart towards the ceiling, and as you exhale, releasing towards the leg. Inhale, opening, and exhale, releasing. If this side feels comfortable, maybe bringing those right fingertips to the side of the head, relaxing that left arm and shoulder as much as possible. Inhale, opening, and exhale, releasing. Final option again is to reach the arm towards the toes. Oftentimes this doesn't feel great in the shoulders though, so come back to the head or even the lower back. It's the same stretch, it's just a different variation of it. One last breath here, inhaling. And exhale, release the top arm, walking the fingertips in and coming back to center. Rolling the shoulders down the back. And then finding another comfortable seat. If you're comfortable cross-legged, that's great. If you want to sit up on the knees for a change, you can even bring a blanket behind the knees, placing it down, easing into the stretch a little bit. We're just going to do a little bit of shoulder mobilization. We won't be here too long. So releasing the hands down by the sides on the inhale, raising the arms up, palms face the front, and then exhale, release them down. This probably won't feel like a lot, and that's perfectly fine. It's just a really simple movement. So we inhale, raise the arms up, And exhale, release the arms down. If this does feel like a lot and your shoulders have had a history with injuries, you don't have to raise. You can only, if you can raise here, that's fine. Just raising to wherever feels best in your body, where that breath still feels long. And then exhale, release the arms down. This time, palms facing the center, raise the arms up. We'll interlace the fingers and push the hands away from us. As we push the hands away, the shoulders might raise, but try to keep the shoulders down and just lift the torso up off the hips. Exhale, release the arms really slowly like you're moving through molasses or honey. And as you interlace the fingers behind the back, we'll open up through the heart. Exhale, releasing there. We'll repeat that again. I'm going to turn to the side just so you have a different view of it. So raise the arms up, palms facing one another. Interlace the fingers and push the hands away. And as you exhale, slowly release the arms down by the sides. And then interlace the fingers behind the back, switching your grip this time so the opposite pinky is on top. And then we're wanting to get palms to touch versus straight arms. Palms to touch is what protects the rotator cuff, so we can bend the arms as much as we need, but just continue opening the chest and relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Slowly relaxing the arms. Last time, palms facing each other. Inhale, raising the arms up. Interlace the fingers and pushing the hands away. Then exhale, releasing the arms down by the sides. Really slowly interlacing the fingers behind the back and opening the heart one last time, taking a deep inhale here. And exhale, release the arms. Removing the blanket, and we'll all meet on our backs. So finding a space to lie down, scooting the hips forward, and lying down on the back. Bending the knees into the chest just for a moment, taking the hands either outside, underneath the hamstrings, or around the shins, and just rocking side to side. And a really simple stretch for the hamstring. Going to place the left foot on the ground and take the hands around the right hamstring. If this does not feel comfortable, you can find a scarf or a t-shirt and wrap it around the leg, and that'll give you a little bit more room if it's not comfortable to grab with the arms. And simply inhale, straightening the leg, and exhale, bending the leg. Repeating that again. Inhale, straightening the leg, and exhale, bending the leg. If this feels okay, you could also straighten that left leg long. Inhale, straightening the right leg, and exhale, bending. Last time, inhale, straightening, and exhale, bending. Bringing that left foot to the ground and placing the right foot to the ground as well. And bending the knees into the chest and rocking side to side again. The right foot comes down on the ground, and again, hands or a scarf or a strap or anything to grab the leg. Hands or strap come around the left hamstring now. We'll bend the knee on an exhale, and inhale, lengthening the leg. Exhale, bending the leg, and inhale, lengthening. If you tried stretching the leg, maybe try it on this side, straightening that right leg out and bending the knee. And inhale, lengthening. Last time, bending the knee. And inhale, lengthening. Placing both feet down on the ground and coming into simple constructive rest. So we'll walk the feet out to the sides of the mat and let the knees fall inwards. It's a really good release for the lower back. If you have a lot of lower back pain, this is a really nice way to just simply rest for the lower back. That's why we were stretching into the hamstrings as well, because that all connects to the lower back. Slowly releasing back to center. And we'll roll onto our side and push up to a seated forward fold. So we just kind of warmed up the hamstrings really gently so that we can ease into this forward fold. I like to place a blanket under my knees if my lower back is tight. So this releases the lower back. Also, if you have 2 blankets, you could sit on a blanket. And I'll show you, it's a little bit easier to see from here. There's a difference between sitting on top of the blanket, but watch as I sit right on the edge. It's like I'm falling off and my hips are brought forward for me. Inhale, raising the arms, bending the knees as much as you need, and exhale, release forward. It doesn't have to be a super deep fold forward. If sitting up tall, you feel a deep stretch in the back of the legs, stay there. Deepen the breath and find your stretch. And as you're ready, leaning forward as much as it feels accessible in your body. Inhale, we lengthen the spine. And exhale, release it. Again, inhale, lengthening. And exhale, release. Last time, inhale, lengthening, really leading with the chest and the stomach. And exhale, release. Tucking the chin to the chest just for a moment to get into the cervical spine, stretching through the entire back all the way down the legs. Slowly coming back up. And moving into a twist. So you can sit up a little bit higher on the blanket. And we'll cross the right leg over the left. Simple twist here. The right arm will come back. We're not leaning into this arm. We're really using this as a kickstand to lengthen. And then the left arm can wrap around. It's a really nice twist for the lower back. Also, we can bring the elbow outside of the leg. For some people, this is comfortable. For others, like myself, I prefer using the arm around the leg. But we want to avoid pulling on the leg. We want to lengthen the spine and then twist from the core. So we're squeezing the core towards the spine, supporting the lower back and getting that twist. If the neck feels okay, you can look over that back shoulder. Inhale, lengthening the spine, and exhale, twisting. And slowly releasing the twist, and you can just take a gentle counter twist to the other side, and then releasing the right leg, bending the left leg in. Again, having a blanket under the knee is perfect. The left arm can come back, and now choosing your pose, the right arm can come around the leg or that elbow comes outside, finding what's most comfortable in your body. Remembering to flex those right toes towards the knee so we are protecting that joint. Again, inhale, lengthening the spine, and exhale, twisting. Inhale, lengthening, and exhale, twisting, maybe even looking over that left shoulder. One more breath here. And then slowly releasing, twisting off to the side. And releasing the legs, you can kind of shake it out a little bit. Coming into one last stretch for the back. Staying up on your blanket. We'll come into one last hip stretch. The hips and hamstrings all affect what's going on in the lower back, so that's why there's a pretty heavy focus on that. So we'll start with our right leg outside of the left. If that doesn't feel comfortable, you can always just cross them like normal. And slowly inhaling. And exhale, begin to find your stretch. So maybe that's sitting tall, feeling it in the hips, or walking the hands forward. Fingertips can stay on, or even the forearms can come down. The main goal here is to lead with the heart and the stomach. If you're going deep into the stretch, but there's a arc that's happening in the body, pull it back a little bit and find length, because that's actually more useful for the lower back. Coming back through center, And now crossing the right leg outside of the left, or the left leg outside of the right. So again, the left leg is outside or it's underneath the right. It might feel different, or this might feel more normal than the other side. One side is typically our habit, so. And finding your pose on this side, it'll probably feel really different from the other, so ease into it really slowly. Come back to that breath, maybe counting the breath. And easing into it, keeping the length in the spine. Again, letting go of what the pose actually looks like and tapping into what it feels like and how it's serving your body. Slowly coming out of it, bringing the legs back to center, bringing the hands back to center, and finding just a natural, comfortable seat. If you're a little tired of sitting on the floor, you can also sit up on a chair for the ending of class. And we'll find our comfortable seat and feel grounded down through the lower body, while the stomach, the chest, and the head feel really light. So feeling that balance of groundedness through the lower half and the lightness of the upper half. We'll meet with our hands together in front of the heart. And I'd like you to take one moment of gratitude for yourself. Are you able to feel proud and enjoy the fact that you just did yoga? You just took 20 minutes out of your day for self-care. Really letting that sink in. And in yoga, at the end of our practice, we say namaste, which means that the light within me is honored to witness the light within you. So namaste. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you trying this class, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments and I'd be happy to answer anything that you need. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to subscribe to the channel, and also you can check out our page yogatx.org to sign up for the newsletter and find out about new videos that we're releasing. And if you want to stay connected with me, I have a Facebook page that's Emily Henderson Yoga. Then I'm also on Instagram as Emily Henderson _yoga. Thank you so much, and you did great.